figured out what? I get a message from Dave. I can't read it though while I'm driving. Let's see if we can possibly. Oh, man, reconnected. Okay. I don't know what it is with this damn radio. I paused the music and it just keeps playing on its own. Over and over. You actually don't even see how to make it stop. That was a mess getting through all that on the loop. Like I left probably maybe just a little bit late. If I'd have left like maybe 20 minutes earlier, it probably would have been okay. About halfway through the loop was okay. And the rest was bad. Everybody trying to get on 17. Well, they didn't want the guitar that I brought, and they didn't want the Behringer mixer. And I didn't really get what I wanted. Basically ended up getting 150 for 1 amp that I expected because of the condition. It wasn't like perfect. And then, I don't know what you gave me for the other one. I took a picture of it because they actually like give you this piece of paper. It says like what they're going to pay for each amp, and then you sign it, and then they take it to the back, and then they give you like a receipt or something, and then they give you a check. So you won't actually know what the hell you got for each one if you sell multiple things, unless you take a picture of that. But I did, but it was like, I think they gave me a little over 3 for the 6505. Oh boy, are we gonna get traffic over here? 17's looking shit. It's all these people trying to get to the 303. 303 is backed up quite a bit. I haven't even had a chance to eat anything today. It's like, shit. Can I even call it home anymore? I don't know. Back to the house. Somebody else's house. A pretty good chunk of stuff to get rid of there too, though, because that's actually taking up a lot of stuff in the shack. So now I've got one guitar head and cab, a couple of speakers, so I can kind of decide which ones I want to keep. But that 6505 combo, that thing was just ridiculously heavy and stupid. So I've got a couple little practice amps, which really would be perfectly fine for me. When you have to worry about a roof over your head, it doesn't matter having a bunch of material crap. You need to get rid of it. Sell, 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 sell. And what's going to happen when the government stays shut down and all these people get cut off of all their stuff and everybody's trying to pawn everything? You won't be able to sell anything yourself. So the radio stuff is the hardest stuff to sell usually, but like I said, I sold the 1000 MP, and Dave was having problems with it, I guess, and then he either opened it up and reseated some cables on the auto tuner, and then also, like, I guess he figured out the menu system. See, because he was thinking it's the same as his radio, because he has an early 1000 and they're not the same at all. They're not even really that close. So he told me everything's all good, because I was going to just take the money from Guitar Center, drive over to his house, and give him his money back and take the radio back. So I didn't have to do that, which was great. I never had a problem with that radio. It just didn't really float my boat. But it's a Contester's radio, the 1000 MP Mark V field. You know, it's a cool radio, but I don't need it. I've got a 920. It looks almost the same. I'd like the 920 better. It just doesn't have a power supply, and it doesn't have a carrying handle. There's actually no way to put a handle on the 920. But I'm going to probably sell that one too. I'm going to get rid of pretty much everything except for 7300, 710, and my little portable radios. I might keep like one boat anchor, maybe. We'll have to see. But I kind of think I'm probably not going to go to the Ham Fest on Saturday, because I've never sold anything before. Nobody's ever bought a 101 that I took to the Ham Fest to sell. You could put $50 on it and then buy it, but you know, I want $100. I don't want $50. I paid more than that for it. You can't buy one for $50. So occasionally you can, but you can't buy it, a 101 at a Ham Fest for $50 unless you know the person. You usually can't even buy one for $100. They want like $175, $250, you know, something like that. So every time I come down to Phoenix, I take like all this radio gear with me, and I never end up using any of it because, well, it's too hot, too much traffic, I don't want to stop, I want to hurry up and get back home, and so I never end up really ever setting up. But I do have the 450 Yaesu sitting on the seat of the car right now, and the CB antenna that I grabbed, I never used it before. I didn't know the magnet was crappy, and it blew off the roof and hit the side of the car earlier today. I made it like all the way down here to like over by Pinnacle Peak, and that's when it blew off. So it probably, I could probably put it back on there, but I don't know. I'm just more concerned about this drive home, get home, rather than fiddle around with the radio while I'm driving. In fact, what I need to do is fiddle around and try and get myself a sandwich out of this thing that Elizabeth made for me. So, I'm not eating at all. There's coffee. We'll focus on the road instead of my eating. Yates Buick as I don't have to shift gears, you know, it's okay. I was hoping they were going to give me more money for that other amp, but I didn't want to take any of the shit back. They weren't interested in the guitar at all because of the scratch on it. And let's see. Yeah, they didn't want the mixer, and they said they wouldn't take the amplifier, the 2-channel. I'm sure they'll buy the rest of the stuff what I've got left. It just may not be very good. But for now, I'll just take what I can get. No, because I knew it was probably going to be a pain in the ass, and I wanted to avoid the traffic, and I still got stuck in the traffic either way. I just went straight to Scottsdale, so I got another check. I don't know if you heard earlier, but Dave was having problems with the radio, and I was prepared to just go over there and buy it back from him, even though I didn't have cash. So I was going to have to either go to the bank or, you know, figure out how to get Guitar Center to get the cash. But he figured it out, whatever it was. He couldn't figure out the menu system because he thought it was like his, and he figured it out. And then he said there was something wrong with the tuner, and I guess he figured that out. I've learned my lesson. I won't tell anybody tough luck. I'll just take it back, except for when I sell a radio to somebody that's not a ham, I will not take it back. Like if I sell a radio to some dumbass CV operator like that guy in Prescott, you tell me it doesn't work, I don't give a fuck. It's your problem. If you're not a ham, you probably fucking blew it up. But yeah, so anyway, he got it figured out and said he was really happy with it. He said it's working perfectly. That's why I always hate selling radios. Well, the cops are really out today. They're everywhere. They've been ticketing people all over the place on the way down, too. Oh, no, they're busy fucking banging people. And I was talking about it earlier, it's like, what kind of fucking bullshit country do we live in where, like, all they do is do stupid shit like this, and they basically scare the civilians and scare the people into being afraid because they have this power to make your life fucking miserable. So basically, why the hell do we live in a country where the people have to be scared of the government and the police? Why are the police fucking with people over piddly shit when people are being shot and killed all over the fucking place? Like, I get it if you're doing 15 or 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, but when you're sitting there hiding with a radar gun trying to catch some guy going 8 miles an hour over, that's fucking bullshit. And their presence is not saving fucking lives. If not anything, it's more likely that they're going to cause an accident. Somebody sees them, slams on the brakes, and then somebody else crashes into that person. Because they're all trying to fucking avoid getting a fucking ticket. It makes it more dangerous. They're not doing society a favor. And why are they financially going after people that haven't done anything wrong to them? You're trying to pull somebody over to give them a fucking fine. You're not trying to pull them over to correct their behavior. You're trying to pull them over to give them a ticket. They don't care whether or not you speed again. Well, anyway, it would be the state patrol out here anyways, so. The state's not closed down. Just their state food stamps. There's no real federal officers here anyway. They have like maybe federal jail facility in Phoenix, probably. I mean, Border Patrol's federal, but they're looking for people that are illegal. They're not looking for people speeding. I think it was 95 back there. I'm like almost to Black Canyon City. The phone is kind of doing this like horribly bullshit. It's actually not really like shaking. It doesn't want to focus. Oh great, I have a sheriff right next to me. But he's interested in, I grabbed the phone on the live stream to adjust it so that it would be straight ahead. And apparently I must have caught his attention because he's pacing me at 60 miles an hour down this thing. Now he's getting in front of me. And I don't know what he's doing. He's getting over. So he's probably gonna fucking come behind me and try and pull me over. I'm just gonna leave the live stream up. So I get pulled over, guys. like, what are you doing? I'm live streaming. I think the speed limit changes to 75. As soon as it changes to 75, you're gonna fucking punch it. But he totally saw me fucking move the phone. And it's on a mount up in the window. Well, I have a dash cam up in the dash too. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm like, dude, seriously. I'm doing a live stream as a dash cam. You know? He's still back there. I'm like, god damn. They're just fucking being shady, shitty fuckers today. And here he comes behind me. Fucking, I don't want this dude behind me. They like to do a fucking loop, but it's like, I can tell if he was interested in something I was doing. Maybe I'm wrong. The Volkswagen has tinted windows, so I don't know if he actually saw through my window, to be honest. But I was adjusting the phone to try and make it stop that shaking, and I looked in the side of my mirror, and there's the fucking cop car, like, right nose ahead of me. So I was like, shit. I'm almost tempted to take the flex lane, but I just missed it. We got in front of me a bunch of fucking stupid fuckers. We got lanes that are merging, and then we've got this dumbass car. And then we got a truck passing another truck. Typical shit. Two logging trucks that are empty. And they're like literally going about the same fucking speed as usual. And the other truck is not going to overtake him. Now he's going back in the other lane. So I'm going to put the pedal to the metal because I'm going about 60 and I usually go about 75 through here. Sluggish. I'm going about 70. I'm like, I just want to get around all these trucks because they always try and pass each other, and they'll sit there in the lane, and like that one there, he was going to pass the other guy, and he couldn't pass him. And he finally had to let off and get behind the other guy. You guys are both driving the same kind of fucking truck, empty. Dude, probably work for the same fucking company. You know you can't pass the other truck because he's ahead of you by quite a bit. And your truck doesn't go any faster. It's out here today. It's easier though in the daylight to deal with the idiots. They changed the speed limit here. 65 with a big solar panel for something. It's apparently bug season too. Splat, splat, splat. It's finally cooled off enough the bugs can fly around without dying. I saw Jim in there earlier, but it was obviously after I closed out I didn't close it out. When I got to Guitar Center, I just closed the phone, and it does is it stops the live stream, but it doesn't actually end it. So then you can just reopen it up, and it will reconnect. And I was probably in the store for like 45 minutes, I would say, somewhere around there. Alright, we're at Sunset Point. Just past the salsa truck. I mean Sala. If you look carefully, you'll see some of the new construction they're doing out there. God damn it, here's a phone again. I really wish this phone would stop. It's like, like vibrating like jello. Or maybe it's just the reflection on the screen. It looks like to me, but it's kind of strange. Now I'm going to deal with the flex line up here. I got this guy here. This is the merging flex lane. I don't know, their whole flex lane thing was a stupid idea. They wasted a lot of money, and then made these stupid gates that have to be really expensive. It's funny, I remember them redoing this part of the road not that long ago, and it's already really bad again. They just go slab another layer of crap on top of the road. They don't ever re-flatten it correctly. So it ends up having the same bumps and bullshit. Ripples. Should probably have turned my APRS thing on. See if the APRS will track out here, right? Temperature dropped quite a bit here. We're 85. Oh my god, this fucking road is horrible. Let's see TYT doing the something over here because I'm receiving APRS. Chevy truck pulling the trailer with the hood up. You ever get the feeling it's not a good idea to pull a trailer with a truck? Like, you always see it broken down a lot. It's like, whoa, that was a big ass fucking bird up on top of the electric tower. Huge. Fucking huge. It looked like a great owl. So if you can see on to my right the big high voltage power lines, maybe it's not showing up in the frame. There's one right there, but I can't see it on the camera. That's odd. I really don't want to be in this lane because I know there's like a bunch of massive fucking potholes up ahead. went through the stereo. Weird. Now I know what that noise was yesterday. I was like, what is that fucking noise? It was the radio. Making noise through the subwoofer. This fucking road is horrible. And the problem is, I can't get the fuck out of this lane because these people are camping. Campers! Campers, I tell you. And they even got a little camper thing on it. Ooh, that thing looks like it's about to take off and blow off of that fucker. Minivan. That's like pothole fucking city, man. They did not do a good job at fixing this road. Come on, people. Hurry up. I want to get the fuck over. Yep, there's the cops again, guys. They're just fucking with people. It's bullshit. Oh, no, that's not. It says stop the traffic ahead, which absolutely fucking sucks because it means there's a fucking accident on 17. Not fucking cool. Now, why are we going slow in this fucking lane and nobody's in the lane next to us? Well, I see it on the map now. God damn it, man. It's probably some fucking semi-truck bullshit. And there is no fucking way around this horse shit. Like, I'm almost to Cords Junction, but we're fucked. This is not fucking good. I don't know what is going on with these stupid ass semi-trucks ahead. Like, there's nobody in front of this fucking truck. And he's just like creeping at like 10 miles an hour. I see something ahead, but I think they're going slower than they need to. They've got a full load and they probably can't get back up to speed. And most of the people have gotten into this lane instead of the other lane. You can't drive anywhere anymore, I swear, without there like being like lane closures and just like fucking hour-long fucking traffic jams. Like yesterday, it took me 38 fucking minutes to go 15 miles. I'm about 100% sure it's some dipshit fucking bullshit with the truck. Because I see a truck pulled over. And none of it fucking makes any sense because there's 2 fucking lanes. Drive. Why are you going so fucking slow just because there's a truck in the fucking road? You know? And this is all it is. There's a fucking truck in the road and these dipshits fucking can't go around it. We had to slow down to fucking 10 miles an hour to drive past a fucking truck so they can tow it. Good fucking Lord, you people are stupid. Nobody told them to slow down. There was no signs that said slow down. They just said there was stop traffic ahead. Yeah, stop traffic in the other lane. But I think what the problem was actually the semi-truck that's ahead of us. He couldn't get going for shit. He was busy looking at this shit. So he slowed down to fucking nothing and then had to go 5 miles to get back up to speed. But it's just like, you would see a traffic jam in Washington because these stupid people are busy looking at the person that got pulled over. Like, really? It's just somebody pulled over? Everybody has to stop and look? Or it's a car accident, but everybody's on the side of the road, and everybody has to stop and look, and now we have a traffic backup. Or another accident because people were looking, rear-ended each other. And I started to wonder what's wrong with people anymore. Like, is it just because there's so much bad stuff in the food that we eat that everybody's just like, kind of like, they can't think? They're like, you watch people walk around like Walmart, and they're like in a haze. They're like, there's a fog. They can't do anything quickly, and they're confused. They look lost. They have no fucking clue. Somebody else on the side of the road we're gonna see. Oh, this is just like something that was there yesterday, and they're towing it themselves, which is cool. Well, I know one thing: once people can't afford to fucking buy food, they're gonna be really stressed. And none of the rich fucking piece of shit politicians give a fuck. It was like, you have all these people like, oh, these people are using the system. Well, there's that, but most of the people can't fucking support themselves because the system is fucked. It's rigged. This lane, you guys can all fucking speed and go past me and get your fucking tickets. I've seen more cops today than I've seen in the last year, probably. Somebody's doing APRS quite frequently, and it ain't me. Like every 15 seconds. I've got my APRS set to go every 1 minute. That's like every 15 seconds. But they're doing it so frequently. How the hell can my radio even transmit? When they came out with GPS, I think before GPS there was LoRa or whatever. Like radar. Well, I didn't even have it on there. I turned it on after Sunset Point. So, and I'm passing the Mayor Fire Station. So, it's possible that it doesn't have a fix because it's on the seat of the car. Remember, you got to put a 9 after my call sign for some reason. I'll put it in the window and see what it does. If the GPS is not proper, or if it's not locked, it might transmit old information. And usually the GPS will not work sitting on the seat of your car. It needs to be up in the window like a GPS would be. So it should update here in a minute. Because the way the dash is, the radio is like literally sitting like facing straight up to the sky through the windshield. So I would think that it should be able to get a GPS bearing. Apparently that's a homeless van right there. Getting louder. Maybe the noise is coming from there. I can't believe some of the guitars they have over there at the Scottsdale Guitar Center, where they definitely cater to the really high-end clientele. And there was a bunch of like beat the shit vintage amplifiers for like $9,000. Like, whoa. Like an original, I guess, like 1969 red Tolex Marshall amp. I've never seen one like that before. I would personally think they didn't make a red one, but that's getting loud. And anyway, this amp was like $9,000, $999 something, and the corners of it were torn. It was ripped up. It looked like somebody like hand stressed it, you know, like made it look like name it, they like relic. Yeah, relic. It looked like hand relic. Like somebody did this shit on purpose. They had a couple of them over there. God damn, why am I going like... These people are going really slow here, so maybe there's a cop somewhere. Around this RV that's wandering across the lines real easily. Sometimes you just gotta jump in there and get the fuck out. It ain't that bad of a road, and I watched them go to both lines in a very short amount of time. Probably shouldn't be driving. Well, for my next trick, I've got to get rid of more stuff, and I'm going to have to figure out what's wrong with the truck, and then put it up for sale, probably. Surprised they're doing the speed limit. That's a cop back there. Approaching. You hear the noise? This cop is right behind me, and he's blasting my radio with APRS. Seriously. I can hear it coming in the radio. Here he comes. He's coming along the sidewalk. You hear that? It's like a public works vehicle, and it must have APRS because it has a little antenna on the roof, and it's literally tearing my radio up. Very interesting. Because I thought when I got next to that public works truck back there, it was like really loud too. But this was like super fucking loud, but now I'm not hearing it. So now it depends on their broadcast interval. You hear that? That is just fucking loud. I don't know a way to intercept APRS on the radio to see what it's actually, you know, saying, but I don't know that I would believe that they would be using an amateur radio frequency for APRS, because you need a license to do that, and it wouldn't make sense. But it's making a sound very similar to APRS, but it's very strong, and it seems to be at a timed interval. So the only thing I think of is some other kind of like LoRa mesh type thing that broadcasts a location, which would be like, is it 800 or 900 megahertz, something like that. And it's possible that I might hear a harmonic from it. Oh, here comes Speed Racer and his piece of shit Dodge. Hey, look at me, buddy. I've got a V8 Dodge. Tailgate, everybody. Oh yeah, one of these other guys with the weird antennas on his truck. Cell phone booster. It's like an upside down bottle. So the thing I think of those things are is there must be cell phone boosters. Company wants a cell phone booster in the vehicle so that they can go to far out places and work and still get phone reception. See, the Public Works truck is right behind me, and my radio just got blasted. So the Public Works truck is alongside me, and if I stay alongside it for like about 1 minute, I have a feeling we're going to pick up a nasty noise. Now they've got an antenna on the roof, and it looks like about a 5/8 wave 2-meter antenna. I highly doubt that it's anything else other than around 150, because it looks like a Larson NMO on the roof. So they very easily could be running some kind of location service. God damn, it's fucking tearing me up. And it's not them talking on the radio, because it's timed. Now the noise you're hearing there is somebody else on APRS. But these guys are overloading the front end of my radio on some other frequency. They're broadcasting a location or some kind of telemetry data. You can see him in front of me. Why is it traffic every fucking where, man? See? Very loud. Very fucking loud. Now he's behind me a ways, so he probably won't be real loud now. Smoke. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's quite a bit in front of me. I didn't even realize. That's from their prescribed burn that got out of control. I think they shouldn't be allowed to even fucking do it in the first place. You could fucking harvest that wood and sell it. They make no attempt to do anything with the resources here other than fucking waste them. They'll waste resources just so that they can say, we need more money. Look, we ran out of everything else because we threw it all away. Clapped out fucking Nissan behind me. You know, you see certain cars and yourself, it's probably not a good idea to have this car near you. Like, who really wants a bunch of tweakers high on meth driving behind them, right? Do not pull in front of me, please. Some of these deadly ass intersections here. Oh God, the weird tweaker cars pulling up behind me. They just start those burns and then just let them go. They don't even, they walk away from it. There's no controlled burn about it whatsoever. They're just like, okay, hopefully this will just burn and it will just like only be confined to this area and we should be good. That's what they say. They're like, it'll be fine. You know, you get stuck at this light. Building something over here in front of the it says New Homes, Desert Pines New Homes, in front of the Maverick. So now watch, all the stupid people will try and walk across the highway to go to the Maverick and get killed. Can you imagine somebody walking across the street to get to the Maverick? It's like really bad. You know, there's a guy in front of me right here. He's got an antenna on his car and I'm almost wondering if he might be, it's a 2-meter antenna, I can see it. He might be actually broadcasting APRS. Because normally I don't really hear the APRS while I'm driving down the road. And he's turning into the Maverick, so. For the city vehicles, we're definitely, there's a government vehicle right there, up to the right. G852HF, and it's like a Tahoe or a Blazer or something, you know. They were tearing me up. When they were near me, they were tearing me up. It's possible, though, it could have been that guy, because he was near them also. Because I haven't heard anything yet. And the public works vehicle, fucking radio. I think I'm shifting gears and the radio's sliding out the fucking dash. Now I'm driving along the tweakers. Woo! It's some like tweaky looking people in a beat up shitbag car. So I have not heard the APRS. I do have the radio sitting in my damn lap though.